Wombat ball. Surprise.
Okay guys, this is how to build the side saddle for your 12 gauge. The reason being I went with this design or this way. I actually like the material instead of the hard plastic or the aluminum rail side saddles. I went with this one because I was going to actually purchase. I seen some videos where people had purchased, the shell holders and stuff and then velcroed them to the gun, but I actually had the stuff to do it, and it worked out really well. So what you need a shell. This is a buttstock shell holder, and it wraps on the buttstock. It has the extra material here, and then it comes sort of like this, and you cut it. You leave some extra material on the top and some material on the bottom. When you cut it, you want to make sure you sort of heat the edges so they don't fray out. This is a nylon, so it's going to melt sort of like plastic a little bit. You don't want to you use a lighter and you just go against it real quick and brush up against it just so it melts. It gets warm enough where it's not going to fray out on you. Then what you do is you get some paracord. You should have some paracord, and you go ahead and you're going to need paracord. You're going to need some nylon threading, some decent needles, some scissors, a pair of scissors, and then a thimble and some Velcro, and that should be about it. You also need alcohol and a couple of cotton balls, but we'll get to that in a second. So you go ahead and you put some stitching in, and you lock your paracord in the corner, and you go ahead and wrap it around, leave some overhang on the other side, and then loop it all the way back around, and then make the edges touch. So it makes sort of a circle. Then you're going to stitch each corner and then stitch that circle closed, and then you're going to leave the other piece over here overhang. Then once you do that, then you're going to wrap your material over your excess material, and you're going to go ahead and loop stitch that all up in here and pull that all this way and this way. It's going to make like a little pocket area. In that pocket area is where you're going to place your Velcro. And you get your Velcro out, you peel it off. The adhesive on this particular brand is actually really good. You place that into the center and really press it down into it. Then you're going to tack your Velcro down in each corner, and then get a stitch in the middle. And once you do each corner in the middle, it's going to hold your Velcro on there really well. Now the adhesive will work, but if it gets hot, and depending on where you live, you get a nice hot day, that adhesive is going to get warm and gooey, and it might come off, depending on if you're pulling it off and on. Once you stitch it down, it's going to stay there permanently. Go ahead, and this is the one that I already finished, and it's actually attached to the gun. Now when you attach, and this is why I left the paracord on the side, so you can actually pull it right off, and you can see the back end of this one and the stitching, how I stitched it around and worked it all out. That's actually just a piece of cardboard telling you what kind of shells that I have inside, but you can see the stitching there, and it all worked out really nicely. Now when you clean off your shotgun, you use the rubbing alcohol and a cotton ball and just clean off the side. And actually my shotgun's actually a really clean gun. I try to keep all my guns really clean, but even with the cotton ball and just rubbing it with the alcohol, I picked up a lot of the oils and stuff that I put on the gun. So you place your Velcro on there, and I had to use 2 pieces because it wasn't long enough, but once it is, then you can go ahead and mount your side saddle. And you want to make sure that you pull your pump action all the way down, and I know my pump action comes up to right about here, so as long as it stays in this little area, it's perfectly fine to use, and it actually has a lower profile than the harder plastic ones. So really cool little idea. I actually like it a lot. Saved me some cash. The actual ones that you can buy, sort of like the shell holders that you can buy like this, run about, I think, $20 to $24. This, I had all the equipment at home, the Velcro and everything. These buttstock shell holders, you can buy them, or I could buy them in store for like $5 at the most. I actually picked these ones up right after hunting season for around $3, and bought a couple of them at the time, not knowing that I was going to do this to them, but it actually works out really nice. So that is a little look at make it yourself side saddle. Any questions, feel free to ask. If you can, please subscribe, and we'll definitely talk to you soon. Be safe, take care. I'll see you guys around.